Much fun.
All right, first set here. I'll do the intro after this. I just wanted to test out like an actual set of behind the neck pull-ups because I just did them at the end yesterday as a burnout. And I really like them, honestly. Like my lats, I mean, obviously I did a set, pretty close to failure there, but I feel a lot going on right here and a lot in the lats, which I do feel with pull-ups, but I have to add a lot of weight to pull-ups. With behind the neck, I could probably get away with just doing 3 sets, 8 to 10 body weight, be good to go. So it's kind of humorous that behind the neck press, behind the back pull-ups, two of the exercises that like people are always kind of like, oh, they're dangerous for the shoulders. It's like behind the neck shoulder press, I feel like keeps my shoulders safe, and doing 1 set of those is kind of convincing me like, okay, maybe I need to find a way to put that in the routine somewhere. I always remember that picture of Franco Colombo. He had the crazy chest splits going on, but he was repping out the behind the neck pull-ups, which means probably Arnold was too. Just shows sometimes you got to try exercises for yourself and don't take somebody's word for it. All right, so single leg squats. I'll show you the workout plan after. Hopefully these feel decent today. First one's always a bit toasty. But we got this workout, 3 more lower body days, and then, oh, that's the best it's felt. I'll take it. And then we're back to squats and deadlifts. Although maybe I should make a semi-regular portion of time where I do this workout. Just 5 to warm up. That should loosen up the hip enough. This side is always fine. That's so funny though. I literally never tried those pull-ups until yesterday. And then I was like, maybe I should give them an actual try. A lot of balance going on here. Unfortunately, when balance is a factor, power output goes down. So, if you're limited by balance, you're not going to be able to be working at max effort, basically. So, kind of a trade-off, but that's okay for the goals today, because in the next 2 leg workouts, Operation height gain, and well, mainly it's just Operation reset the lower back. Lower back feels great though. Lower back felt good before, but it was getting worked pretty good, pretty often. Said this in a couple of other videos, but 5 times a week I had something decently intense on the lower back, which I think is good. I mean, I'd rather build up armor, so to speak, as opposed to just, okay, I'm not going to lift anything heavy. Like, how is that a good strategy in life? Like, you're always going to have to pick up something, move something. So the approach can't just be, I'm just going to never do anything. At least I wouldn't want that to be my approach. All right, I'll be back in a second, and I'll show you the workout plan. Got some rain going. Got the little guy's vehicle covered up. Yeah, nice and relaxing though. Time to check the body weight. See what we got here. Not having any water, so who knows. Food. Okay. Take it. I was just about to say food's been a little bit off last couple days, but we crushed lots of calories today, so. Oh, the iPhone unplugged. Hold up. There we go. All right, so here's the plan, not counting the behind the neck pull-ups. Single leg squats, did the first set on calves. We're going to do 2 more sets each of those, 2 sets rear foots. Then we're going to pair single leg deadlifts with double calf raise for infinite amount. Well, body weight here. Second set's usually better than the first, so slide this over a little bit. Shaw Classic, excellent, by the way. Highly recommend. Hathor and Hooper, decimating. I was really hoping Tom Stoltman would lift that 600-pound stone, but I think there was something wrong with the tacky I know the tacky, I guess, like depending on the temperature, and there's a lot of different stuff that goes into stone lifting that I don't know enough about to really comment on. I just know he's lifted over 600 pounds in the stone, but they were four. That was, I think that was rep 4. There were 4 events in at that point. So I think that was 6, maybe 7. Oh, yeah, buddy. Stabilize for a second. Come on, 2 more. Last one. Kind of a hop, little hop action. Just gotta stop chomping the teeth. Those are getting much better. Day 1, side of the hip. Was not a huge fan of that. Now they're getting better. So I think I just needed to strengthen up something on the side there. All right. Enough talking. Big bench day tomorrow. Any guesses what we're going for? Oh, if you made it this far in the video, please drop a comment. You could say something silly. You could say algorithm. People do that all the time. And it actually helps the algorithm quite a bit. Ah, jeez. That one was kind of crappy. I think that was 7. My left leg actually feels heavier now because it's, pumped. Recirculate blood. One more. I think that was 12. Whew. Legs are puffy. Hey, maybe if we all tag Alex Leonidas in this video, who I'm a huge fan of his channel, actually. I think he's got really good quality content. Maybe I can get him to review my behind the neck pull-ups. Get the thumbs up, thumbs down, since he's the inspiration. Also, Yusuf commented. Thank you for the comment, by the way. Appreciate that. He watched the same video I watched where Alex was talking about the benefits of doing a behind the neck pull-up if you can do it. If you're limited mobility-wise, as with any exercise, maybe it's not the best option, but because I can do behind the neck press, I figured behind the neck pull-ups probably gonna be okay. But yeah, maybe if we all tag Leonidas. All right. Trying to get to that 405 bench, Alex. In time. There we go. Imagine if I just drop that dumbbell right there. I just want to give Alex credit where credit's due there, because I think he, something similar with behind the neck press, basically just said, if you can do it, it's a better exercise because you don't need as much weight to work as hard, and it's a direct path of force for the muscle. Terminology could be wrong there, but you know what I mean, as opposed to front press where you're leaning back and forward and all that. So yeah, I think that's interesting. I've been doing behind the neck press longer than him probably, but I think it's really cool when people, I don't know, test things out and kind of discover like general fallacies and the some of the basic exercise knowledge that all of us grew up, like, don't squat below 90 degrees, you'll blow your knees out. Okay, anytime I step onto a stair, I'm crossing, like, or no, I'm sorry, that's the knees, don't let your knees go over your toes. People still comment that. I've had friends who have said that about my squat. Oh, your squat's great, but it'd be better if you kept your knees and try to sit back more and let your lower back do more of the work. Maybe that's good for powerlifting, but I'm trying to actually build my quads a little bit here, not just do this like really gross, low bar, horrible looking squat. So yeah, I think it's cool when people test things out and find out, hey, like, maybe, you know, some exercises that we were told weren't okay actually are okay. I mean, Kevin Mabroni did 4 plate behind the neck presses. Doesn't look like he's ever had any shoulder issues or has any shoulder. Obviously, he's still lifting, still big. 4 plates. 4 plate anything is crazy, but seated behind the neck press. All right, little rest. We'll get one. Last set. Trying to keep the pace going here because the Shaw Classic Day 2 starts in like 30 minutes or something like that, so don't want to miss that. It's an interesting contest because it's not actually close. Like I watch semi-frequently the older World's Strongest Man contests, and there's an era where I guess there was a split in the 2 divisions, groups of competitors. However, you know, there were like 2 different organizations they could go with, and maybe they couldn't cross over or whatever it was, but there was a period of time where Pujanowski just decimated everybody. Like, it wasn't even close. And he did compete with Zadrinis, and he beat Zadrinis early on. But it's a more interesting contest when it's kind of like, okay, this person has 50 points, this person has, you know, 51 points. It is cool when somebody just dominates also. Mariusz Pujanowski, dominator. Like Hathor, Arnold Classic, 18, 19, 20. Arnold Classic's arguably not even arguably, it just is, the heavier of the 2 events. I think that was 4. World's Strongest Man has a lot of heavy stuff in it. Some years more than others. But a lot of the events are more moving cardio, you know, like, can you lift super heavyweight for a regular person? But maybe it's like, you know, farmer carries with 270 per hand, which is a huge amount to carry. But you do it for like a long distance. One more. Whereas the Arnold Classic, they had the 1,500 pound bale tote the one year. I think it was 2016. You can't tell I like strongman events. I just think it's so much more interesting to watch than bodybuilding. I'm sorry. Bodybuilding show, in my opinion, not that interesting to watch. And the results based on someone's opinion, you know, not based on, okay, Eddie Hall pulled the biggest deadlift. He won. There's no, you know, maybe you could critique the form a little bit or whatever, but if he did the lift, then he did the lift. Whereas, you know, Jay Cutler wins the Olympia. I actually really like Jay Cutler. I'm just using him as an example. Whoever wins the Olympia, that's still judge's opinion. So it's different, you know. Strong men have, strong women, strong people, like everyone at those contests, they have, in that moment in time, the ability to, you know, perform and potentially change the outcome. The bodybuilders, once they get there, you know, they're doing their posing and whatnot, but the physique is what it is, you know. Although I think bodybuilding is probably the more popular sport. Not sure why. Maybe people just don't know enough about strongman. I think one more. All right, those felt solid. The best they have felt so far. All right. See if I could do the calf raises with sandals on. Maybe. I'll give it a try. So we're just going 15 on this one. Oh, that is better. All right. Not bad. Maybe I've been selling myself short by not using the sandals. I just don't want to wear out the Hokas because they're expensive. I'd rather save up money, get a new bar, an actually good bar. All right. All right, this is going to be fun. We're going to try and get 20 and then 20 and then a little rest, 12 and 12. And I'll try and, as long as I feel decent, do it in the same video so you can see the actual pacing. The goal of these workouts, obviously, recover the lower back, but not lose a significant amount of strength and leg size. Because if I didn't do anything for 3 weeks, then it would be sad when I went back to deadlifts and squats. If I don't do this, maybe it'll just be, by doing this, maybe it'll just be moderately sad, you know. So here we go. 20 reps. That's where the fun begins. Sure hope I can do 20. Boy. That, I'd rather do a 600-pound deadlift. No, seriously though, it's good. It's accomplishing the goal. I will be ready for deadlifts and squats when we get back to them. Give it another 10, 15 seconds. I don't like going immediately into the other side because I feel like just based on cardio alone, I'm going to be, you know, going slow. So give it another 10, 15. Nice when it's raining out. Brings the temperature down a little bit. All right. Got my foot imprint. Oh, that's deadly. Now we'll breathe. Try and go 30 seconds. Go back to the left leg. Tomorrow for bench. Body weight's been creeping up. So I'm thinking maybe we could try and go 280 for 10, because 275 for 10 like 2 weeks ago felt really good, and then 285 for 8 felt really, really good, and that was a week ago. So I don't know. Could be a bit of a stretch, but that's why we're here. And I feel like I've got a little advantage because I'm not doing heavy deadlifts and squats. Bench press. I'm gonna get some water real quick. And pull-ups and all that. Possibly might accelerate. Probably would only be noticeable if I did like a max effort. Like, I'm so focused in on what I can do number-wise, like psychologically. That's why it's good to document your workouts. I know, yeah, I did 275 for 10, felt decent. Didn't go all the way to failure. So add 5 pounds. Can almost definitely get 9 if I just get real focused. Cave we fear to enter. As I lay dying, get it done. Whew. All right. Show our classical weights. Gotta get this done. Oh yeah. That didn't feel terrible. Give it a little rest. I'll get the single legs. And that's it. Not sure what the order of the event is. Everything yesterday was lower back for the athletes. Like a max deadlift, where a lot of people had a failed rep, which is even more effort than a maximum. And then right after that, it was like log, axle press, also using a lot of lower back. And then after that, keg toss for max height. And then after that, Atlas stone, basically max effort with a lot of failed reps for people. So lower back, lower back, lower back, and lower back. Okay, little recovery. And then we'll get those calves and deadlifts. Heart rate's still going a little bit, but it's just my my qualifier. I don't know if that's the right term. I feel like a lot of times I see somebody post a PR and then below it they're like, you know, but I didn't sleep well last night, and maybe they had flip-flops on. You know, flip-flops doing leg day makes sense. Doing bench press, I don't know. Like, take it seriously. Put some shoes on so you don't slip. Also, like, commercial gym, you get like diseases and stuff if they're not cleaning the equipment well. But anyway, back to the qualifiers. Yeah, I saw something a couple days ago, and somebody's bench PR, and they were like, you know, I was dehydrated and didn't sleep well, and no food for the last 36 hours. I was like, okay, you hit a bench PR. Like, that in and of itself is good. You don't need to add 6 different qualifiers as to why you could have possibly done more weight. Like, I'm probably guilty of that occasionally too, saying like, oh, you know, I didn't sleep well, but a lot of times I'm just talking to the camera and you know, you get a little bit of whatever I'm thinking about. But yeah, I feel like I see that semi-often too on someone's deadlift PR, which maybe some of it is just the person trying to say like pat themselves on the back and say like, oh, I was able to push through today, which is cool. But I still find it kind of funny sometimes when it seems kind of contrived or created or escalated a little more, you know, built up. Like dehydrated, haven't slept, and haven't eaten in 36 hours. Like, no one would try an actual bench PR with all those conditions. Like, that would be not intelligent. Asking for an injury. Maybe that's the way to do it for Instagram, though. I mean, post a PR and say, haven't slept in days. I'm doing no food. You know, it's the new thing, no food. And yeah. Anyway, enough of the rant there. Sorry about that. Like, if you didn't sleep well and you didn't eat any food and you're not hydrated, like, don't wait to go to the gym. Get some hydration in. You know, if you're dehydrated, you're at a much greater risk of snapping something up. So rehydrate. Put some shoes on. Lose the flip-flops if it's bench day. Maybe that's just my opinion. Anyone have any thoughts as to why people do that? The flip-flops on bench day? Just seems like, for one thing, kind of gross in a commercial gym. You're going to pick up some foot-borne disease. This is my gym, but I can also take a shower immediately afterwards. I think that was 8. I don't think there's anything wrong when you hit a PR and saying, like, I think that's what it is. It's someone hits a PR and they try and make it seem like it wasn't that serious to them. And it's really like, yeah, it was serious to them. But by saying like, oh, I was dehydrated, didn't eat any food, wearing flip-flops, like just kind of a casual PR, whatever. It's okay to say you tried for something. Like, you tried, you worked hard, and you got it done, you know? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I admire that a lot more than someone like adding all those random qualifiers and just hit a bench PR. Super fired up about it. I worked hard, I got it done. Not hit a bench PR, I was dehydrated, didn't sleep, yada, yada, yada. Like, good for you. You worked hard at it, you got it done. You didn't add any qualifying factors to your success. And there's a big difference between people just talking about like, it was kind of a hard day in the gym and I still got it done. I get that. I think that's sincere. But that's different. The other thing is, like, I don't really know if, like, I don't know, like most people don't really care too much about those comments. Like, they're just looking at the bench PR, you know, especially if it's a bigger than normal weight already. Anyway, we've traveled too far in this dream train. Like the professional athlete, they just find a way to get it done. I mean, especially in strongmen, there's so many times when somebody's got a pulled hammy, sprained, you know, lower back muscle, plenty of stuff. And they're not going on and on about this injury. They're just working through it, you know. And same when like Hathor is a great example of somebody that just absolutely crushed it in preparation for, if I do say so. Just, I mean, you could follow his buildup to this Shaw Classic. He's got a coach who's creating the training program. He doesn't miss any days, you know. He takes it seriously, gets it done. In about 5 minutes, we shall go see the conclusion. Well, it's 4 events. 4 events yesterday, 4 events today. That's whew. I think I take lifting seriously, obviously. So I like when I see other people taking it seriously too, and like hydrating, eating food beforehand, wearing the appropriate footwear. I'm really going back to the flip-flops, aren't I? I have flip-flops today. It's leg day. I like to have a planted base. Yeah, like that's just, you know, if you want to get good at it, take it seriously, focus, you know, prepare ahead of time. Everybody gets the same 24 hours, right? If you want to do something, like there are certain days, not to toot my own horn, just using an example, where I have to bring 4 meals with me, 4 or 5 meals sometimes. And, you know, if I didn't do that, then I'd be way down on calories for my Monday bench workout. And I'm not doing that because I'm taking that bench workout seriously. I want to actually progress it, you know. Like stuff like that, I'm like, yes, good for that person. In this case, it's me, but you understand what I'm saying. I find that so much more appealing than hearing about somebody's PR where all the parameters were wrong. I like to see all the parameters were on point. They did everything they could, you know, and then they executed, got it done. I think that sets a good example for other people too. It says, you know, plan ahead, prepare, get it done. There's a way to do it. Everyone's circumstances are their own, you know, so you got to figure out that aspect. I figured out on Mondays, if I don't bring a ton of food and a gallon of water, it's not going to be a good workout. Too much water. All right. That's it. We're out of here. Woo-wee. I probably overhydrated. Before a big lift, I try and sleep well. I try and eat good food. I try and hydrate. Like, take it seriously. You take it seriously, you'll make progress. That's it, though. I'm off. We're going to watch the conclusion here. Really appreciate the support, as always. Tomorrow, like I said, I think we're going to go. Everything feels good. 280 for 10. My slow approach on the bench press has been working really well. Getting the first couple reps done with as little effort as possible instead of trying to decimate the first 5, and then I'm spent by the time I get to 6, 7, 8. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Really appreciate the support. Hope you're having a great day. Hopefully it's nice and sunny and not rainy wherever you're at. And yeah, thanks so much. Peace.